Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is 1976's Shogun Warriors in 4 minutes or less. Having spent 1975 losing market share to Kenner's $6 Million Man and Hasbro's G.I. Joe, Mattel hustled into 1976 realizing that Big Jim wasn't big enough and began importing the greatest national treasure of Japan and the new powerhouse in boys' toys, giant robots. Dubbed Shogun Warriors, the toy line was a collection of characters that were the stars of their own unique cartoons in Japan. For the US market though, instead of getting bogged down with the individual origins of each of the robots, Mattel marketing just laid down the blanket premise of invincible guardians of world freedom. It's not wrong per se, it just doesn't give any credit to the pilots, the ground support crew, or the thousands of hours of soap operatic drama that established the motivations and rogues galleries of these epic-scale, man-made, monster-killing machines. While the name Shogun Warriors referred to the collection of individual characters teamed up for the US market, it also referred to the brand that incorporated several different scales of figures. From 3-inch pocket-sized versions to transforming die-cast 6-inch figures to the most recognizable, especially from a distance, jumbo Machinder figures, Shogun Warriors drew upon the huge pre-existing slate of licensed robot toys to address all kid and collector needs. What's a jumbo Machinder, you ask? In Japan, jumbo Machinder is a term for a series of giant hollow plastic figures manufactured by Poppy, a subsidiary of Bandai. The name is owned by Bandai, but it also became the general term for figures of that style and scale, like referring to copy machines as Xerox or facial tissues as Kleenex. The first Shogun Warriors to make it to the United States were the Jumbo Dragoon, Raideen, and, Greg, do you say Mazinger or Mazinga? Mazinger? They had very limited articulation, basically just shoulders, but they more than made up for that deficiency with an abundance of firepower and sharp, hard plastic edges. Each figure came with unique switch-activated weapon accessories powered by spring mechanisms that, while not enough to kill human children, were certainly enough to sort the smart ones from the dumber ones via a process called Darwinism. Mattel was in the business of selling toys, not necessarily preserving the mythology of the brands. As such, Raideen is commonly found with a firing axe fist that really should have been attached to Mazinger instead of his bow and arrow style fist, which he wouldn't have had added to the figure until several years later and only in his European release. In their defense, whether by design or through play innovation by enterprising or bored children, interchangeability of the accessories became part of the play gimmick for the line. That middle is ugly. Shogun Warriors would only make it to around 1980 as too many of the dumber kids started shooting their eyes out and impaling themselves on the dangerously sharp edges of the toys. Stricter toy manufacturing regulations required weaker missile firing mechanisms and spikes and edges that were as round and soft as a tomato. That's not a giant robot, that's not even a toy, that's communism. You can still find Jumbo Machinder Shogun Warriors on the secondary market, but condition and price are going to vary greatly. These were toys that got played with, and they are almost always going to have scratches, peeling or faded stickers, and lots of paint loss. Kids back in the 70s were probably taking these things in the bathtub and throwing them at each other at school during recess. Complete figures in good condition with their original boxes are going to run you a couple of $100 or more depending on the character and how many small breakable bits he came with. If you're not a fan of the cartoons, or maybe you just have a limited amount of display space for your collection, then Jumbo Machinder Shogun Warriors are an easy pass. But if you apply the go big and go home philosophy to your toy buying, and you like to walk on the dangerous side of toy design, then these figures are a must-have, so buy them if you see them. If you see two, good luck getting them both on your shelf. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can grow together as a channel family and as invincible guardians of world freedom. That wasn't good. Oh, almost got it. Hang on. It's my trajectory. Oh! I hit the script. Cut.